Well, hello everyone, and welcome back this week to High Strangeness in the Liminal Abyss. I am your host, Shetan Noir, and this week I'm going to talk about one of my favorite states to visit, and that is Wisconsin, primarily because next weekend, the 14th, October the 14th, I know they picked that weekend because Friday the 13th, so is the Milwaukee Paracon. And I will be there presenting. I will be doing a discussion panel about, of all things, lake monsters, my favorite subject to talk about. So come and join us if you're anywhere in the Wisconsin area, Illinois, Minnesota, Indiana, Michigan. Come check it out. It's a free event. You just have to go Google Milwaukee Paranormal Conference or go on Facebook and find it. You have to register for it, but it's a free event to attend. So no admission charged, and you can come hear the presentations. You can walk the vendors' rooms. You can talk to people who are into the paranormal, have had paranormal experiences, are into cryptozoology. So if you're interested in any of those subjects, we'll even throw in high strangeness and UFOs because, hey, it all runs together. And if this event is like events in the past, you will not want to miss it because it is just a very fun event. And it's in Wisconsin. Come on. I mean, the cheese and beer capital of the world. Not that I'm a beer drinker, but hey, cheese. Even if you're bored, you can drive to the cheese castle, load up on cheese, go off on your merry way. Come on, cheese, paranormal, cryptids, it's all good. So yeah, come out next weekend and check us out. The event runs from 10 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. There are events scheduled for Friday night. I believe they have some bands playing. It's at the Irish Cultural Center in Milwaukee. So come on out. Sunday, I believe they have events also. They have a witches bazaar during the day on Sunday. And then my friend Barnaby Jones will be doing a Bigfoot hike at a local state park near Milwaukee and explaining and demonstrating different techniques that they use for contacting or trying to make contact with Bigfoots. So if you're interested, this is the event to come to. Come on, it's October, it's paranormal, it's all the good things that we love to talk about and go looking for. So now we're going to stay in Wisconsin because I don't think I've ever told you guys about the hodag. And the hodag is very important because it is one of Wisconsin's most famous creatures. Now, the hodag was created by a gentleman named Eugene Shepard, who was quite an interesting character. This was back in the 1800s, and Eugene was always looking for attention. And he would do such things as drive his team of mooses into town, pulling his wagon or carriage. There's pictures of it. Yeah. Moose are not very friendly, so hats off to him on that one because I don't know how he got those guys to actually behave. But Eugene had the one and only claim of coming across a creature in the woods near his house that was just terrifying beyond belief. And this creature, this hodag, as he named it, he described as being green in color and about the size of a badger or a bulldog. And it had spikes going down its back and these big long teeth, and it was quite an interesting looking creature. And people around Rylander, Wisconsin, which is where Eugene Shepard lived, were very worried about this creature getting out and possibly creating mayhem in the surrounding farms, community. So Eugene cast it upon himself to not only kill one of these creatures, but to show people that it was dead and that there was no chance of it harming anyone. He would take it to the county fairs and put it on display, charging 5 cents admission during the 1800s. And so the hodag became quite popular. But after a couple of county fairs and a couple of months, the hodag started to smell a little bit. And it's at this time that Eugene magically came across another one and shot it and killed it, and then put this one on display. Now, eventually it came out that the hodag wasn't really a real creature. The hodag was instead a creature that Eugene had taxidermied together, kind of like a jackalope. But problem is Eugene kind of claimed that the hodags were alive when he was displaying them at the county fairs, because they would move and they would make noise and they would growl and kind of lurch at people and would act totally wild and crazy. And come to find out, Eugene would have his very young, very small son get inside of the taxidermied creature. And then he'd, put him in this, tent with this cage around it. And his son would, jump at people and growl at people. It was always on all fours. And that was until his son couldn't stand the smell of it anymore. And they'd have to disregard that one and find a replacement one. So it wasn't long before it came out that the hodag wasn't really a real creature living in the wilds of Wisconsin. It was a fake creature created by Eugene Shepard. Now, ever being the enterprising person, Eugene still continued to charge money for the creatures. I believe he even became mayor of Rylander, or an official in Rylander at one point. But Rylander was now the hodag capital of the world. Nowhere else on Earth did the hodag exist, except for Rylander, Wisconsin. Now, Rylander, I've been to Rylander. It's a very nice little town. And outside of their welcome center stands a, let's say, 15 by 20 foot tall, 20 foot long, 15 foot tall hodag in fiberglass, not a taxidermied one. And you're welcome to take pictures with it. It's very much a touristy thing. And Rylander has come to embrace the hodag. In what I like to call, the small town monsters, they have actually embraced the hodag and made it a part of their very fiber. They have a hodag festival. Even around town, different companies have sponsored cement hodags and have painted them with different murals, different color patterns, designs, and they're displayed outside their businesses. There's different tourist shops that have little stuffed hodags. They have T-shirts. They have water bottles. They have all different kinds of cool. And that is my hodag, Connie Corso Mastiff that has boundary issues. So they really embrace it there. And they've even gone so far as now there's a hodag museum. And right behind the museum is the hodag bed and breakfast, which is decorated with all manners of hodag stuff. Now, picturing what the original hodag looked like, it was pretty much a taxidermied carcass of a badger with spikes and teeth and weird things added to it. But the modern day hodag is, well, green in color, and it pretty much resembles a bulldog with a long tail and white fang-like teeth and white horns on top of its head, kind of like a bull, except they curve in, and white, I don't want to say spikes, but yeah, we'll call them spikes going down its back, kind of like a dragon, or what we'd picture as a dragon. Individual spikes, going down its back. Very cute. And they even have, and I don't know if this is at the hotel or at the bed and breakfast or if it's at the museum, but there is a hodag, a wooden one carved, that you can actually sit on. And it has a little miniature horse saddle on it. You can actually sit on it and take pictures of this. And how do I know this? How do I know this? Because when I was at the Mothman Festival, one of the vendors there was the Hodag store, museum, and bed and breakfast, and they had it there. And all three of my little dogs took turns posing on it. Connor got his picture taken alone, and then Tegan and Tygan, mommy and daughter, got on the saddle and were posing quite nicely up on the saddle. So if you're looking for a destination place to go, Wisconsin will not disappoint you because they have plenty of weird, plenty of strange, paranormal, cryptids, high strangeness, cheese, definitely a lot of cheese, beer, if you're into beer, ghost stories, shipwrecks, all the cool stuff. And it's definitely worth checking out. Now, next week's episode, I'm going to talk and delve into a little bit deeper, more of the interesting stuff in Wisconsin. Probably going to talk about the vampire in Wisconsin, the lake monsters in Wisconsin, Baraboo, Wisconsin, which is home to Circus World, but also has its share of interesting haunted locations. Now, you still have plenty of time. We just entered October, and October is fantastic for traveling. We don't have snow yet. The colors are gorgeous. Every shade of orange, red, yellow, decorating the trees with the leaves as they fall. So come on to the Midwest. Wisconsin, come check it out. Michigan, come check it out. Hell, drive the UP. It's beautiful too. And until next week, stay curious and go see what's out there. Because, come on, I'm only one person. I can't go do all the exploring myself. You guys got to join me. So, see you next week.